Hello and welcome along and welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm. And if you remember where we were last time, we have a field of grass here that needs to be, well, we were hoping it was going to all dry like this and become hay. It has not happened. We have about an hour in game in order to get this. So I'm going to set the time to 1 this time, and we're going to try and get this all up. But yes, also to do that, we're going to set this so that it is. Let's get all of our lights on because it is early. We are going to do a course around this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the first round because we're going to have trouble with the fence otherwise. We can remove this fence. As somebody pointed out in the comments last time, this fence can be removed, but I'm going to keep it on here for now. And what I'm going to do is just run around the edge of this first, get ourselves collected up with the first round so that it's easy for everything. And then we're going to go and get something to actually collect all this up and do something with the grass. I want to stick as close as I can to the edge. But this will just pull all this away from the edge and allow us to actually collect it up. And then we can set courseplay doing this while we go and get something better than we have now to collect this up and make this grass usable. Let's lift the top of this up, or front of that up, so that we can actually get around the edges here. It's such an odd-shaped field, and it probably would make sense for us to remove this fence. I just don't want to at the moment. I think it would. I think it would then work better for the course play, but I think once we get field 84, or if we get field 84, then it might be a good idea to remove this fence. Then what we can do is just have this giant grass field that we work through from this corner. But this should mean that we're okay for here. We've got little bits of hay in various places, is the annoying thing about this field. We could have possibly run another go with the tedder over it and got that. But if we can make this into, well, do we have a hay dryer actually? If we have a hay dryer, we could drop this off into that and do that instead. Oh, we missed a load by the gateway. Let's just... wow, we cannot collect that in. Let's see if we can get close enough to do it. And then we can set up our course play going and do that. Either way, whether we get a hay dryer or not, we're not going to bale this anymore. Our best bet is going to be to get this to be either silage or, as I said, see if we can get a hay dryer and do that. So let's set up a courseplay course. There, course generation, field 83, starting direction, doesn't matter, on automatic. Headlands, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to do it clockwise, yep. Headland passes first, turn in the corners, generate field course. So we've got quite a nice little field course here, and what we want to do now is we don't want to get the first headland, we want to grab the second. So that will be about here-ish, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah. So we're going to start from this point here as our nearest waypoint. Drive course. And it's a little bit further in, so we might have to run another round around just to merge these first two. But it should mean that most of the field is covered by this. Let's take that off. Take that off. And you can see it is creating an area that It's a slightly wider one, but it will work. So I'll leave that going, and we'll head over to here. And we're going to head up to the shop, get rid of this baler, and look for an alternative. Do we have in the buildings, out of interest, in our global company? We don't. Oh. So, yeah, we can't do that at the moment. So, yeah, I think we're going to turn this into silage. We can still feed that to our cows early, so that is all good. Let's get up to the shop and get something that we can collect it up to actually do that with. Here we are up at the shop, and I'm quite pleased that we bought this baler and didn't actually just borrow it or lease it or anything, because yeah, the trouble with it is that PTO never connects. You see, it just never connects. So yeah, there we go. So we'll drop that off, move that out of the way. We do have some good alternatives when we do come to get a baler, and I'll show you those in a moment. Let's sell that. 19,000. So we lost a little bit on it. Not a huge amount. It's because it is a day old now. But we're still back by that. And that's actually really good. Because if we head up to the shop now, I can show you. Well, I'll show you what the two balers that I am interested in on here. And I actually want to hear back from you guys. Let us know in the comments which of these two balers you like the look of for us to get in the future. The first one is this one here. It's a Ford baler. I'm amazed I found this. It is actually quite amazing, and it's, yeah, so you've got a few options for it, none of which really do anything, I don't think. It's 19,000 for this, so this is not an expensive baler either. And wheel setup, you've got standard or Minter 2. So there's that. Ford baler is one option, which is pretty cool. The other is to go with somewhere in here. I think we have, yeah, this. A Class Roland 44S. Again, really, really interesting baler, this. Either in a very flat... so either new or old. And the difference is nothing. I kind of like it in the old setup and the old look to it. So yeah, there's that as well. Now this is only £6,000 for this. Perfect baler for a... yeah, absolutely perfect baler for a start from scratch. So I need to test this a little bit more, because that would be a brilliant baler to have. But we are not baling stuff, because we are going to go and get ourselves a loading wagon instead. So we have three choices of loading wagon here. We've got the these old loading wagons here. The Entibos 2, which is a Pottinger one here. So this is a little bit smaller. This holds 18,000. Actually, let's go and have a look at this one first. So this one holds 24,500 litres and is available in a ridiculous number of various options for this. But we're gonna leave it as we're gonna leave this one, because this one is 25,000. The Pottinger, that is 18,400, so we have just enough for this. And this actually is a great little one for a farm like this. Absolutely brilliant little one. So Trelleborg or Mitas. The Mitas you can get in the dual wheel configuration. And I would love to get this. And I'm very tempted to get this. But this is actually perfect for us. So we've got a touch of top, a touch of low, aluminium or wood, wheel setup standard, and this actually folds out, this one. I really love that. And the main colour in black with the aluminium sides. or the wooden sides. I think we're going to have to go for this. It is only 3,400. In us trying to save money, this is absolutely perfect. So we're going with a top attacher, which should be perfect as well. Let's buy that. Yes, for 3,400. That is a perfect purchase for us. And we're about 15 minutes away from the rain. I have set the time up to 5 times, just to add a little bit more jeopardy to this. We should be all right with sort of an hour of rain. I don't think we're going to get this. This is the thing. I don't think we're going to get this in before it starts raining. Oh, there we go. We've got to redo this. That is a little bit mad. Right, we're going to do this so that it's a low hitch rather than the top hitch. That doesn't work at all on this tractor. Both of them are connecting at the same place. So we'll just bring this in here and switch that hitch round. Customize that. Attach a low. Customize. Yes. Right, there we go. That's better. Attaching in the right place. Doesn't seem to want to. There we go. Yeah, attaching in the right place. We've got our everything else attached properly. Doesn't say there's an angle here where it doesn't quite work, but that is all done. Let's head off, get this back down to our farm, and start collecting up that grass before it gets too bad. The rain started to fall on our way back to the farm. Yeah, there was never any hope that we were gonna get this as hay. It was always going to be like this. So let's get it started up. Let's unfold it. One of the nice things about this is folds up like that. This holds 20,000 litres, amazingly. Best value for money of the available forage wagons that there were. So we'll get this collected up, and then I'm going to see if I do actually have a hay drying mod on here, or whether we need to put this into our silage silos. This is going to be quite a bit of grass off here, amazingly. Let's get round and get this collected up. Let that turn. So yeah, pretty good to be able to sell that baler and get this at a fraction of the price. But also that class baler I showed you, I think that 6,000. Wow, what a cheap way to get a farm set up. Kind of reminds me of the setup for doing this. One of the mods that made doing this kind of thing really easy in FS19 before Start From Scratch was properly and officially out was the Massey Ferguson pack, and I'm really looking forward to that coming back and possibly using that on here. Lots of 80s stuff, lots of equipment from that sort of era that we can use on this farm. Lots of Massey equipment would go really well on here, and so we'll see what happens. We'll see how long that pack takes to come out, but it would be, yeah, it would be an absolute lifesaver for doing Start From Scratch stuff, because that Massey stuff is always so cheap for us to get. One round of this field has given us nearly it's given us 90% full. That might partly be because the first round on this field was incorporated the first 2 rounds. But yeah, we are doing well. So we're gonna just top this off, which we're gonna do without rowing this stuff up again. We need to be a little bit careful about how we do. But we're at 93% now. And as long as we can get this stuff up in a fairly timely manner, it won't all disappear. It's kind of reduces on the hour each time. So we just want to keep moving with this and keep collecting this up. There we go, 100%. Let's go and get this into our silage pits. And then hopefully we won't lose too much of it when 7 o'clock rolls around. Because it will be rowed up. So it's that also helps to reduce that. Around the farm. And I always planned to do silage as loose silage on here instead of as bales, because it's one of those things where this piece of kit is cheaper than a wrapper now as well. So the only thing we still have left, and the only thing we need, and we will need before we start our wheat, is to get a baler. But it's good to have that old class baler is going to be really good. Failing that, we can always go for the Roland. Right, so this here is I'm hoping is a silage pit. Let's see, shall we? Does have markers for doing silage. We can get this in here. Right, and tip it. There we go. We're going to have to get a silage roller or something, because I think our little tractor is not going to be enough to get this to do this, or to get this sorted. Right, it's unloading. There we go. Not a huge pile, but we've got a fair amount. So I'm going to continue on with this and get this all collected up. So this is our third and final load of grass from the field. I think we've got some sort of minor rows. I don't know if we're actually going to get well, we're not going to get another full one off here. I think this one will get full. Yeah, maybe we'll get this one full, but the rest of this is not going to fill this up very much, and there's a good possibility that it will rot down and disappear anyway before we're able to get back to the field to get it. So I'm going to fill this completely up, hopefully. And 925, 954. Yeah, we just need to grab a little bit more. There we go. So we'll take this back, and what we're going to do with this final load is we're going to see if our animals will take any of it. Because if we look at the animals in here, in seasons, you can see both our chickens and our cows need some TLC. In the right menu, there we go. Both our chickens and our cows need some TLC, but the sheep are fine. They seem to have plenty of hay to keep them going, and we've got a little bit to put in there with them. So we're going to go and feed the cows with this, and then whatever we have left over, we'll go and put that in with the other stuff in our silo or in our silage clamp. And so that we can turn that to silage later. I'd like to get another field cut if I can for silage, but at the moment that means when this rain all clears, probably getting hold of 91 or 92, I think, and renting that and seeing if we can do that. But as I said, we really need a dry spell to get a lot of hay bales as well. Either that or we need to get ourselves a hay dryer so that it just makes this whole thing easier. And then we only deal with loose stuff. And we can even deal with loose straw if we wanted to. So, yeah. There's options. We have plenty of options for this. Now, I said I was going to go and give this to the cows, didn't I? So let's go do that. Rather than me tipping this and going, oh no, I was going to give that to the cows. Let's go give this to the cows. We should be able to get into their shed at this end. Yes, we can. It's good. We can just drive straight through here. Like so. And they need a clean out as well. But this will, yeah, there we go. We can just put a load of their grass in here. And while that is emptying and filling them up, and that will keep our cows going for a nice while. That should. Yeah, they've taken half of that, so that's really good. That will keep the cows going for a little while, and the rest of this can then go into. Well, actually, we can probably get some of this in with our sheep as well. Yeah, we can. What I'm going to do, actually, because that is grass there, we're going to, the leftover sheep feed stuff, we're going to turn this on, pick that up, so that we can just recycle it in with the sheep. So, turn that off. There we go. And that will then be the sheep fed for a good long while as well. And we're only down to 9,200 in this. So that's just under 50,000 that we've got. If we get another 800 litres, that's going to be 50,000 litres of silage. That will be awesome. That will be absolutely brilliant for us to do later. It's going to be more important come second year, that kind of thing. So I'm very much wanting to get silage as something we do. There we go. Get that dropped onto the top. Make a nice big pile of silage. So now we'll go and pick up that last little bit. See if we can top this off to 50,000 litres. And give ourselves a really, really nice amount of silage to go. Making the best of this situation, really. Why do we keep losing our grass? There's something a little bit odd. We had over 700 litres in here a minute ago. I'm wondering if there's a reset that happens. Let's try this. So we've got hay here. Ah! The hay mixed in has been resetting it. Has been resetting the count. So we would have had 800 litres in here if not for this annoying hay that keeps resetting how much grass we have. 49,126. Empty it out. Yep. That is annoying. We would have had over 50,000 litres, except that that's decided to be a pain about it. Oh well, not much we can do about that. I'm rather worried because our window for harvesting the wheat is actually opening next game day. Pretty sure we can start harvesting wheat from next time. Yeah, look at this. We've got such a small window. Has our entire wheat field failed to germinate? What is going on here? Because we seem to have... Oh no, we do. It has germinated. That is good news. But it's got a lot of growing before we can harvest it. And Okay, so we're looking at the weather not quite being so horrible, but our entire time that we can harvest the wheat, we've got one day where it could be dry enough. This is going to go horribly, horribly wrong. And now that we are done with the other stuff, I'm actually going to put us up to 15 times for the rest of this, so that we're just moving through the day a little bit quicker. And let's refill this trailer, I think. Not much to refill, but just wanted to make, because I know how our cows are. Our cows will take all of this, and then we're going to need to refill for our sheep. Maybe the better way to have done that would have been to do the sheep, then refill, then go and do the cows. And we need to go and do the chickens as well. I'm pleased with what we've accomplished a bit with the grass. It could have been so much worse. I am worried about our crops. To be heading into harvest time with no apparent growth. That is very worrying. I'm thinking those are going to be. Is that wheat ever going to reach maturity in time to harvest? I'm not sure there's enough time. And it's a lot like we haven't planted it without harvest, without it being in time. So that is very, very worrying at the moment as to whether we will actually get to harvest our wheat this year. First year may very well be that we aren't able to do that. And that would not be good. To not be able to make money. The wheat is the only thing we're looking crop-wise making money from in the first year. We're fortunate in that our loans and everything daily are not so crippling, and we're not doing a lot of renting of equipment or stuff like that. But it is. I'm concerned about that. Our cows, of course, already had a load of water, so that's why we got so much left over. Means our sheep probably actually won't take much, if we need to give them any at all. Let's have a look. Sheep, we could top them up. Chickens are the ones who we absolutely need to do, and we do need to clean out our cows. So let's head over, give the sheep, top the sheep's water up. And then we'll get the bucket on the front of this, clean out the cows, because, yeah, they do need cleaning out. And then we can also, we need to go and clean out and feed the chickens. So cleaning them out first should be fairly easy with the spade, and then we'll get a load of corn in the bucket from the store. And do that, and of course that's the other use of the wheat, is that we want to feed the we won't be able to feed our chickens, which we can't do at the moment. Right, let's get this down here, like so, and unload. Won't take very long to do this, or much. There we go. And we'll get out of our sheep field and back up the top. Are they still producing wool? We've got wool in there. I don't know if they're actually still producing any. It'll go into next year's batch now. But I think they continue to produce it throughout the spring and summer, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we've got a full one here, and we've got 61% there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Close that door. And we'll go and park up our tanker here. Yeah. Be really disappointing if we're not able to get that wheat out. We kind of need it. Otherwise, we're just going to keep paying. But more than anything, we're just going to keep paying for straw. Oh, don't want to hit that. Right, let's drop this off, and I'll head down the bottom to get the bucket. Our bucket is down here and sitting behind those. Can we get these on the... I think we can get these on the rack, can't we? The trouble is that even in putting these on the rack, yeah. We can't get the... Oh! Okay. That wasn't as far... No depth perception. That's alright. We got the bucket. That's what we were after. And we'll put some wheat in here that we've got in storage. I think we do still have some chicken feed on the pallet. But we'll go and get some out of our store, and of course it is just wheat. It's an expensive way to buy wheat, that. There we go, wheat. And we can just bring this over to here. Nice large bucket we got on here. 1850 litres is good. We need to get the spade and clean out our chickens. Do they have any? Nope, there is nothing here. Wow, they are completely empty of food. We must have, they've dropped nothing. They must have eaten it off the ground as well. Either that or, well no, because it doesn't, I was going to say either that or it rotted, but it doesn't rot, so... Yeah, we just need to give the chickens a... There we go. That is that. Wow. Are they taking any more? Oh, nope, they are not. Let's get that picked up then. And head back. So that's they took 45% of our bucket. That's good. We have got a cockerel hanging around, so we are breeding chickens. But I'm not breeding chickens to sell. I'm breeding chickens to produce more eggs. That in there, and that is all done. Let's head up the top here and go and sort our cows. I am very pleased by the amount of manure we created. I can't remember if I said that earlier or not, but yeah, we have got a lot of manure being created here. And I think we actually need to give the cows some straw, looking at how much their area is, or how empty the straw area is. So I'll go give them a straw bale. Good amount of silage back into their feed. So that is, yeah, so that's good. Yeah, they are completely out of straw. So that's the other thing we need to go and do today. So let's go and drop this bucket off, and we'll go and grab our straw blower and see how much we have in there and see how much we need to give them. We do have 4 straw bales, so that's good. But yeah, the manure is a very important thing for us. It's going to save us an absolute packet going into the second year on how much we get from there. How much we spend on things like fertilizer and things like that. So we really, really want to make sure that we don't end up spending any more than we have to on anything. Because the thing is that £1,000 for a pallet, that's, you know, that's a day's worth of loan repayments. We don't want to be spending money we don't have to. Into here, and let's empty this out. But actually, switch that to the other. There we go. Straw blower. And that's done. They are going to need a lot more. So let's reverse out of here. Close the gate on our way out. So we'll keep the cows in. and head over this way and refill this of what we got on the trailer. So down, switch, disconnect. There's a lot. There's an awful lot that we have to do here on a daily basis, which is amazing. I love that we're in this position where we're always kept busy. I'm not loving the weather on this season's geo right now. I thought our standard season's geo was harsh. This is really harsh. The amount of rain that we're having on here is just not going to dry any crops out that grow. There we are. That's that in there. We want to go end on again, because that is the best way for us to empty out our straw. Oh, no. There we go. That is all connected up. And this is why we have the wheel weights on the back, because otherwise this tractor would just go straight forward. It would do a proper nosedive. In we go and empty this out. And this should give them, again, give them a good amount of straw. Like so. And empty that out. Amazingly, we lost straw from that bale while we were transporting it out here and getting it loaded on. That is, wow. So we didn't lose any of the grass. The grass actually rots at a much slower rate than the straw does, or the straw in bales does, because yeah, we dropped from 4,000 to 3,916, and you can see that there. I can't believe that. That is, we must have been transporting this as the hour turned, because it was just, yeah. Wow. I've not, I wish I'd seen exactly, I'd have to go back and watch again and see exactly where we lost that. But that is quite something. But that is also pretty much everything on the farm done for today. We look at the cows. Yeah, the cows are all good. They're fairly healthy. Chickens are all good. Sheep are all good. We've got all the grass in. It is tipping buckets down here. So not really anything else we can do. So we're going to leave it here. Which means all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.